What's up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. Leave your comments and thoughts below. Now, Game 5 started off rocky for both teams. Halfway through the first quarter is when Jokic finally scored. They started down 5, then went up, and then they got into foul trouble. Jokic got into foul trouble. Aaron Gordon got into foul trouble. I think even Murray had 2 fouls. So the rhythm wasn't there for the first half, and Bam Adebayo's motor for the first half was excellent. He had 14 in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Jokic came back in and he started going to work right here on the post-up, splits through the defense and finishes. Y'all heard Stephen A. say that Jokic post-game isn't elite? Before this break right here, Miami stole the ball once before and didn't capitalize. This time, Jimmy made sure he made it. There was 10 turnovers by the Nuggets, and the Heat didn't capitalize. Right here, Jamal Murray with the up and under. He misses, but Jokic right there for the putback. Gabe Vincent misses the 3 badly, but MPJ had 3 assists. This was by far MPJ's best game of the series. So shout out to MPJ for staying with it. I think Eric Spoelstra should have played the second unit way more in this game because they were the ones that had it going. No other starter but Bam was playing consistent basketball. Right here, Jokic is going off on his team because it was looking like the reserves of Miami was really going to beat the Nuggets. This sequence right here is almost like, how does a man that size make that move? Reverse between the leg, finishing with the right on the left side. Look at that. That's guard skills right there. Kyle Lowry misses this 3. He played well, man. He got hard. But MPJ finally hit one of the 43s of this series. Man, you can see how MPJ has grown as a player. His character is definitely not the same no more. Heat went up by 1 going into the 4th, but Denver went up by 4 in the first 2 possessions. That graphic right there told you everything. They was ready. Nikola Jokic is unstoppable in the post. His touch matches his personality. Just cool, calm, collective, soft touch. Jamal Murray is a gamer. At this point, Jamal Murray, Jokic, they putting their imprint on the game. The crowd anticipating, and the momentum is in the Nuggets' favor. The Miami starters were terrible this game. Like, they were terrible. Before this shot, I didn't know who Jimmy Butler was. But Jimmy went on an 8-0 run by himself. The whole crowd was shook. And this right here, for all the people that follow basketball, understand the game, understand the rules. Y'all know Aaron Gordon didn't foul this man. The league wanted a game 6. And there's nothing wrong to admit that. Because Jimmy got 3 free throws. He made all 3 free throws. And now the Heat were only down by 1. Bucket doesn't go on the other side. Jimmy backs down Pope and finishes. And the Heat are up by 1. But Nikola Jokic is really that dude. Got the switch on Gabe Vincent and went straight to the rack. His people in Serbia were screaming all types of Serbian chants. Miami scores and goes back up by 1. But for some reason, nobody gets a body on Bruce Brown. And he had 2 of the clutchest moments of the game. Kyle Lowry or Max Strus don't box him out, catches the offensive rebound, and finishes the play. Now here, this is where all that passiveness that Jimmy Butler does sometimes worked against him. Because everybody in the building knew he was going to stop and look for the pass. Except for his teammates because nobody came near him. Could have been 3 seconds in the paint, so he had to throw it. Caldwell Pope goes to the line, and game is over right there. Well, game was not over. There's still some time left. They only down 3. Duncan Robinson was a non-factor. Jimmy Butler misses. Who gets the rebound and gets fouled? Bruce Brown goes to the line, finishes at the line, and Nikola Jokic, Denver Nuggets, get their first championship in franchise history. A couple things I took away from this game. Bam Adebayo was good for the first half, and then in the second half, completely gone. He tripped over MPJ's foot, but it didn't seem like it was that bad of a trip to really alter his game completely. but I'm not out there, so I don't know. It still doesn't change the fact he didn't have the same intensity in the second half when they really needed him, because in the first half, it seems like those pocket passes he gets in the pick and roll with that mid-post jumper is butter, and that's easy buckets. But the Heat went 5 minutes without scoring in the fourth quarter. You would think that's when Bam Adebayo should take advantage of those easy buckets. But that doesn't happen, so the offense was stagnant. Now, Jimmy Butler, I'm sure we're going to find out later what was going on with him. He tweaked his ankle, but Stephen A. mentioned something last night that I was like, yeah, he's right. Jamal Murray hurt his hand. Nikola Jokic rolled his ankle. Like, everybody is hurt during this time of the year. It just comes with the game. But from what I saw with Jimmy Butler was a lot of inefficiency. And Eric Spoelstra didn't come off of Jimmy in the post after repeatedly failing and not getting good shots off of it. The wide open shots that he did get from Max Strus ain't knock him down. So now you left with a dilemma where it's like, damn, Jimmy's post up, fadeaway, mid-range shot ain't falling. Duncan Robinson was no help because they blitzed him every time he got the ball. The Denver Nuggets told Duncan Robinson that he was not beating them another time. And there were a couple plays from Duncan Robinson that really got me tight because he would get the double team and he couldn't pass out to Bam. He couldn't make that little pocket pass to Bam because Bam was open most of the time. Bam would set a pick for Duncan Robinson. Duncan would get double teamed, but the help side defense would recover to Bam so quickly because Duncan Robinson kept the ball in his hand. So he was a non-factor. Kyle Lowry, he played hard. He tried his best. And when he came in the game, he was a better floor general than Gabe Vincent in this series. He was making all the plays that they needed. He was hustling. He was exploiting matchups. But he wasn't hitting that tray ball. And they needed that tray ball from him. The Heat had a rough game shooting. Denver did as well. But in the end, Denver was able to score more easily than the Heat could. This group has maxed out its talent, in my opinion. They need to bring Dame Lillard in and another big body. I don't know if they bring a big body bigger than Bam so Bam could play the 4-man instead of the 5-man because Miami is small. And Jokic and the Denver Nuggets are not going nowhere. Congrats to Miami, though, on a great season. I don't like the Miami Heat, but I love their toughness. I love this group and their story. And Jimmy Butler is just a dude that you just want to root for because of his background, because of his story, because of the road that he's taken even in the NBA. Salute to Jimmy Butler. But I don't think you could win a championship with just him and Bam. Now for the Denver Nuggets, the NBA champs, I'm so happy for Uncle Jeff. Jeff Green been in the league as long as KD has. He got drafted by the Sonics, had open heart surgery, and he's still playing till this day. And now he got a ring. DeAndre Jordan got a ring. Ish Smith got a ring. Thomas Bryant was the one that requested a trade from the Lakers because he wanted more playing time. He got traded to the Denver Nuggets. Didn't get playing time, but it seems like Thomas Bryant knew the Lakers weren't going nowhere. Reggie Jackson got a ring. I think I seen all the blood, sweat, and tears from Reggie Jackson that he shed for the LA Clippers, man. Between Paul George and Kawhi Leonard never being available, Reggie Jackson was always there, and they just let him go. Now he got his ring. But now back to the game. This game could have easily went the other way because I believe that the league just wanted it to go longer. More games, more money, of course. But in the first half, they were turning the ball over. They was missing free throws, just doing a bunch of uncharacteristic things. And of course, You antsy? It's game 5, closeout game. The Heat are known to come back from huge deficits, even in series. The chatter is, will Heat be the second team to come back down from 3-1 in the NBA Finals? And nobody believed in this team. MPJ was having a horrible series shooting the ball, but he came alive tonight. He had 3 assists. He had double-digit rebounds. And he been playing like this for the whole series. His shot wasn't falling, but he didn't fall off on defense or nothing like that. Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, they are not Kobe and Shaq. I believe Kobe is better than Jamal Murray, and Shaq is more dominant than Nikola Jokic. However, Shaq could never shoot like Nikola Jokic. And I'm going to leave that there. They got to do more to be in that conversation with Kobe and Shaq. They're already talking about repeating and going back for it next year. They do that, I'll revisit that conversation. But the most pivotal point in the game, in my opinion, was those 5 minutes that Miami went scoreless. Although they didn't run them out of the gym, the Nuggets didn't capitalize on it as well as they could. They also played solid defense throughout that whole time. Bruce Brown and Caldwell Pope are 2 pickups that every single championship team needs. 2 men that are Swiss Army knives that could do everything. Play defense, shoot the 3, shoot the mid-range, finish at the rim, and have decent basketball IQ to make the right plays at the right time. Will the Denver Nuggets be a dynasty? If healthy, they can be. But this year, a lot of people were hurt. And I'm hearing people say that phrase a lot. A lot of people were hurt. Ja Morant, Steven Adams, KD went to the Suns late, Zion Williamson, AD and LeBron, of course, they weren't 100% this year. Steph wasn't 100%. Draymond gave Jordan Poole the Kaioken. A bunch of factors. The thing is, though, the way the league is going, a bunch of people gonna be hurt next year again. The difference with this Denver squad is you never hear nothing off the court with them. All the other teams that I named, every single one of them had an issue off the court. So yeah, unless Giannis on the East gets refocused with Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton, I don't see nobody beating the Denver Nuggets. It's going to be a long off season. We're going to see what moves these teams make, and we'll revisit that conversation too. But shout out to the Nuggets. Shout out to Nikola Jokic, Finals MVP. He's the best player in the world. There's no debate. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Leave your thoughts on everything I said in the comments. God bless you.